Time will tell indeed.
You wanna give your thoughts on the World Cup, because we couldn't hear you when we actually kicked off the stream.
Oh, I definitely thought it was over.
I think many people thought it was over in the first half. That's why, you know, even if your carry dies 3 times in lane and then they get smoke ganked in jungle, just wait. Once Mbappe gets, you know, BKB Desolator, he's online, you know? It's like PA.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like France didn't have... They weren't, like, playing the game for the first half. It was kind of rough. And then, you know, suddenly... I guess it was a really nice story. I don't really want to spoil too much. I guess everyone knows, right? Everyone knows.
I think it's hard.
Right? Yeah,
I think it's quite hard not to know, honestly, even though it just happened about, I don't know, 8-10 hours ago, something like that. But yeah, what a match here, and we'll be getting going here quite shortly on our own storylines to tell for the Winter Tour. As I think we're getting all the readies in chat, and that means we should be getting underway with our first draft here relatively soon. I don't know. Where do you think Lilgun's going to end up? I think Lilgun's going to be a little bit of a question mark, because they did qualify thanks to Team M11 not registering in time. So they're technically the 3rd place finisher from Open Qualifiers 1. Do you think that's going to affect their confidence in any way, or team's going to maybe undervalue them, or how do you think that's going to look as we get underway soon?
I feel like they weren't in a good place when I was watching them play. I think they are a pretty decent team that can definitely go up against any of these teams here, but they definitely didn't look too good in the qualifiers, so we'll see if they manage to fix that or not.
All right. We are going to have to take a look now as our draft just now getting started between Atomic Esports and Team Drinkwater. The opening band's now coming on through, so we'll get over there and started with that in just a couple of seconds. Sure. Yeah, I didn't get to see too much of Lilgun either. I only saw them here on the first day. They're going to be our next matchup. They're going to be our next matchup, and I am going to be looking forward to that one. As now we have our draft live on your screens. Atomic Esports with last pick on the Radiant side. You can see these guys. We ended up, of course, casting their final game yesterday, where they did take a 2-1 overall. And Drinkwater are going to be, of course, on this dire side.
There's the Nature's Prophet ban. Kind of curious about this Razor ban. I wonder what they're banning for. This team a bit more notorious for banning what they want to pick for in the early phase. Naga ban. Not too surprising. Every team bans Naga against Drinkwater. See the excellent Pango being removed as well. Just the 8-pick Pango. Kind of scary because you get to ban the Bloodseekers and whatever else you don't want to deal with.
Yeah, and Drinkwater, like you were saying, did take out that Nature's Prophet, and they even get that deny pick of the Tusk. That's something Atomic Esports have been very keen to grab. They played it mid, they played it position 4 throughout the qualifiers, and have flexed it very effectively between the 2 roles in the drafts.
Very popular hero, very easy to open with. Flash. No surprise there.
No surprise. You still think this hero's quite valuable in drafts? I feel like not too many teams have really been super keen to pick him up. Except for, actually, funnily enough, Drinkwater. They like to run and carry sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's quite of a bluff pick as well. Drinkwater definitely high comfort hero for them. I think it's also probably a flexible opening. We only saw Mark play it the once, but it's just one of their more comfortable openings.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, there's the Lina. Didn't actually get a ban in the first phase with, of course, the popularity of Miracle's Naga. They take that out instead and will allow the Lina on through.
Yeah, Lina into Nyx, not the easiest of matchups, but excellent. Confident here. I like the Lina against the Lash. I think Lina and Sniper are like the 2 better heroes against the Lash. Sniper probably a bit harder to play against the Nyx than the Lina, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's at least that lends a lot to this opening Nyx pick, right? Does give him a good reason to be in the game. He can hunt a Lina very effectively, especially, you know, Lina normally she likes hunting these heroes that try and split push the map. Well, the Nyx can hunt her right on back.
5
especially if
seconds
this Lina does go for like bots into whatever her normal item build. Just way too much damage that's going to be splashing around. So good opening from Atomic, perhaps even in anticipation, as we're going to get probably a lot of offlane focused bans now. I think both these teams with both Zeal and Fiend have shown to have some pretty powerful offlaners yesterday. Fiend with a pretty impressive LC game, right? And I believe Zeal overall, he is the secondary win condition when Miracle does pick something a little bit less standard, like an OD carry. They end up relying on him to be the true, win condition a bit later on in the game.
Kind of curious why they banned the Dawn. They have the Nyx. We just don't want to deal with the lane.
Dire team ban.
That is true. Yeah, not wanting to deal with the early team fight pressure. We've taken out 2 of the 3 big heroes that are commonly picked. Well, 2 of the 2 that are commonly picked. Right? I'd say Underlord is not like super out of the question, and no one's really picking Wisp too much these days.
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster picked up. So that is going to be the offlaner then for Fiend. Like I said, definitely looking to apply some pressure. Early push as well is looking really strong from Atomic Esports between the Edict, Inner Beast Aura, and pretty confidently, I think we can all say, Helm of the Overlord. So getting that big ancient creep. Starts pushing waves, of course doing tower damage as well. Drinkwater though with already pretty decent wave there. Even if it's not a Tusk core, he still does actually end up clearing waves fairly effectively. As it will be the Doom for Drinkwater. Now Miracle has taken this Doom safe lane previously, but I think this is, and I think he will again this time actually, Adam, considering he can just simply eat the board.
Yeah, it's been his biggest answer to the Beastmaster. I'm kind of curious why Atomic picked the Beast on 15 here. Maybe just feel like they wanted to not give it to Drinkwater, as it is a big Zeal hero as well. But I think they should have expected the Doom to come out, so we'll see if what they respond with.
Dire team ban.
Mirana. Okay, not much of a response. It's another neutral hero.
Yeah, definitely. Lush is, I like to consider him one of these heroes that if he gets his abilities off, if he toggles on his Pulse Nova and at least activates Bloodstone before getting doomed, he usually doesn't care that much. But those are 2 big ifs, pretty much. They are pretty much instant cast, that should be said. But Doom can also kind of usually have a Hoof Stomp, Blink Dagger, get on top of you, shut you down. Something as well to consider is that the last time I saw Drinkwater run this safe lane Doom, they absolutely ran over their enemies because there just wasn't enough mixed damage. And he went for an early Wraith Pact and Crimson Guard, and then the enemies were doing nothing. So I think this time around, Atomic Esports, they've already covered that base because Lesh does give you a nice mix of pure even and magic damage. So, you're not going to be shut down by just one early aura item out from this Doom.
Yeah, they just played to make the Lina strong. It was really nice to see. Just had like one big timing when the Lina hit his BKB at like 13-14 minutes. I think the Doom had like offering and Crimson Guard or Rift Pack or something. It was kind of crazy actually.
5 seconds remaining.
Still curious to see how Atomic will address it. I think it was Atomic too.
It could have been, yeah, it could have been. Let me try and find that bracket. But I don't remember off the top of my head. Let me take a look at the final match. It was Neon Esports, I think, that they executed that lineup on. Yeah, it was game 1 of Neon Esports. Lasted 21 minutes because it was an offlane Enigma that built the Wraith Pact. He had it at like minute 14, and then the safe lane Doom had a full Crimson Guard at minute 12, and they showed up to team fight together against a TA and a Wraith King, and they just dove tier 1 tower and didn't care. It was incredible.
0 damage.
Yeah.
Touch ban from Atomic. So they do think the Doom's offlane. That's kind of interesting. I feel like this Doom is definitely on Miracle. There's like no way. Or Mizu, I should say.
10 seconds remaining.
Is he going by Mizu these days?
I believe so, unless he changed his name back.
5 seconds remaining.
Changed his name to Mizu like a year and a half ago, I think.
Radiant team ban.
Like Drinkwater in general, definitely they enjoy their last pick carries, their last pick offlaners too, other than the Nature's Prophet, I think, which is a kind of a flex for them.
Like that ban on the Night Stalker as well. Definitely would have been an earlier timing, but that would have been nice to have like a Doom get online first, and then a Night Stalker get online, and then finally your Lena's there. And it's the Magnus. Okay, where do you see this? Why do you think they've gone with this Magnus pick here, Adam?
I'm kind of curious about it too. Maybe it's just some hero that can like force fights with his repositioning. They have the when they're strong, buff the Lina up a bit. I wouldn't say it's like a great empower game or anything. Maybe just the way they just another buff. I think strong team fight, AoE control, not hero to protect the Lina.
Okay.
It's kind of scary though against the Nyx Lash. I think Lash in general is just a hero that's good against Magnus. The pace of the game is usually kind of faster, but Drinkwater definitely have the lanes and the supports to kind of be in control of the early game, I would say. So
does give them some much needed team fight. They had amazing single target previously, but unless you're hitting multiple people with your snowballs and LSAs, that was about it. RP at least does give some pause to Atomic Esports, something for them to think about around a Roche fight or any sort of constricted terrain. That's something I do enjoy about that Magnus pick, even if you're right, it doesn't really have too much of an Empower synergy. To be fair, though, they've really nerfed Empower over the years. So maybe it's for the best that he's just going to be empowering himself and not needing to worry too much about empowering anyone else. Could this be a support mag? Is this like an offlane Tusk, perhaps?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It definitely wasn't picked for the Empower. It's probably just team fight and repositioning. Maybe some we'll see some cool items.
You may now select your hero.
Not too surprising against the Doom, but I do feel that Atomic, they have to kind of be careful with their timings in this game, because I feel like Drinkwater is going to come online much faster.
Yeah, definitely. And Wraith King, even with his like first, until he's at least level 12, I don't think it's going to be too comfortable fighting with that reincarnation timer being like 2.5 minutes or whatever it is at level 1. You do need to get that right. Team fight as well from Atomic's not bad. Once again, their single target's pretty good, so they can certainly 100-0 almost anyone if they get their hands on them. Between, you know, a Nyx stun out of Vendetta into Arrow into Roar, that's all looking pretty good. All of the heroes having a little bit of lockdown, which makes your game generally a bit easier to play. But Drinkwater certainly going to be online sooner, and there's not much that's going to stop Miracle from getting his items on time this game. I mean, the Doom is just, he just farms. You can't stop him from farming.
Yeah, this Beast Mirana lane definitely isn't a threat for him. It's gonna be a big Doom. We've definitely seen this before, so we'll see what Atomic's idea to deal with this is, because I think the draft info definitely showed that they do pick this Doom against Beast, and Atomic picked the Beast early, feeling confident, so maybe they have a plan.
The little load screens. Yeah, and it'll be the mid lane Lina actually as well for Drinkwater, for Zalern. Be important for them to really, he's the late game win condition, and the way that Drinkwater, I've seen them win some of their games, especially in open qualifiers, is that they actually haven't really needed Zalern to fully come online in every single match, and I'm sure that's a comfortable position to be in, certainly for a mid laner. But I think a couple of wrong fights, you know, in your 20 to 25 minute mark, and you're going to be needing to call on this Lina a little bit later on in the game. Still important for her to get her farm online, to make sure everything goes right there. See Zeal running around with this Wraith Band level 1 here on the Magnus. Okay.
The offlane norm right now, just armor, cheap armor item, cheap stat item.
Gonna get those stats up early, huh?
Yeah, you either go stick or you go Wraith Band or protection, I think. Playing against the Wraith King and Nyx actually, so quite a weak lane. I would say Zeal would probably be free farming in this lane if anything. Curious why they didn't run the Nyx top to just pull the wave. I guess they still can do that if they want to. We'll see.
No early action here at the Horn for the runes, which, by the way, you can tell based on the color. Adam, did you know that?
I know. You taught me.
Honestly, man, what a concept. 2 for 2 though. This one not too hard to figure out who's getting what. And it looks like Kishka might be looking for a D ward. No, he's just going to go back to the bottom lane. Problems for him here.
这一把要一战成神，打你们5个。
Well, maybe he'll think about it, actually. And he will. He'll get the D ward. It feels a little bit good for him. Bit of an early lead, and it makes his mid-game rotation slightly easier. Radiant still have that ward watching the bottom power rune, so it's not totally free for him to just rotate over. Might not be too difficult now.
Yeah, bot lane at some point this Tuskar can definitely just leave. This Magnus will be fine on his own. Rift King Nick's not really a very threatening lane, and I think that will like have very high impact on the mid lane. This Slash very susceptible to just shards or snowball.
Plenty of physical damage early as well in that bottom lane. Lots of damage or mid lane as well. Yona taking a bit of a beating just from the splash on the LSA. But we'll be dealing some back now that he's got Lightning Storm online. Yeah, that's Tusk. It's a good game to be a Tusk, you're right. Against like your Timber Saws, against, you know, or with your Timber Saws, with your Magnuses, some more tanky heroes that, you know, are not going to really need you to babysit them for much long. Get up to maybe level 3, level 4, and then Z will be sending them packing.
Yeah, even in bot lane, I think the tech team and shards gets really scary for Marvel at some point. Not the most common kill lane, Magnus Tuskar, but they are playing against double melee heroes.
In top lane, as you can see, Fiend, he's taken Inner Beast and Wild Axes. No need to feed free money, basically, to Miracle. He would simply just eat your creep. Axes starting to stack up, though. There's a nice 2-man stun off the telekinesis. Regen all out now from the Rubik. KT with the last arrow will allow Fiend to collect first blood. Miracle could not get it out in time.
So it's kind of greedy from the Climb RR or VVVV. And stopping in the trees gets hit by the Beastmaster. I just walked out. We'll go down first to Fiend, so it's really nice for the Beastmaster.
Those are classic SCA pause.
At least it wasn't at the start of the game.
That's true. He picks up his water rune and says, "Wait a second, I don't have my bottle of water."
Mouse. There you go, Mouse.
How can he drink water without, you know?
Without water, that is true.
Oh, look at this. A replay of the first blood, Adam. That's the technology.
Oh. I'm watching. Yeah, you can see a Rubik here. He kinda can. He definitely could have just ran to the right.
Yeah, true.
Morning Dota 2.
Morning Dota 2. Good morning, Dota. The gamer's awake at 10 a.m., you know?
The real game starts at 11.
Yeah, that's why they paused. They made him go splash some cold water on his face.
Made
Hey, did you drink your water this morning? Yeah. Exactly what it was. That's a little bit of a loss, right? Fiend now he's gonna get perhaps an earlier Helm of the Iron Will. He immediately has that queued up. He's gonna take less harass from just basically the physical right clicks, which is significant on Doom, isn't it? Who also started off, by the way, with a full Wraith Band.
Yeah, it's just nice armor, some attack speed, cheap stats with the bracer and the Nul's nerf Riftbands. Just the, I guess it feels the best to buy right now. It's cost efficient.
Now Fiend, he's banking that third point, hasn't committed into the boars yet. Maybe we'll go for 2 in the Wild Axes, but just saving his mana for now. Lane, looks like both mids a bit worse for wear. We see Lina already moving into her jungle, collecting the bounty rune, and Lesh as well. Might need a rotation here at minute 4 to help out with runes, but for now it's actually going to be the Tusk that rotates over. He steals the bounty rune from the Radiance jungle.
There's a ward,
He is going to connect all the way. It's picked up by the ward, however. Yana's farming already pretty far underneath his tower.
Things out the Observer. Didn't have Snowball as well, otherwise Slash might have been in more trouble. Has the raindrop though, not an easy kill. Do get the D ward off it, so...
And now there's Jotun. The Nyx Assassin here. I don't think this is a fight he straight up wins against this Tusk. Even with the armor that Nyx has, Tusk has even more. It's 4-minute runes, they'll split 1 apiece, very even.
They get the Lasher rune, which is kind of important considering he lost the bounty rune. So.
Fiend. Trouble maybe is getting ran down just a bit. Do they have the right click damage for this? There's the pointed Inferno Blade, and that'll collect the kill. Nicely done. Miracle, actually, he's holding on to this, the troll
The heal.
Yeah.
It's an OP creep. He has 3 mangoes as well.
Yeah,
It's so much heal. It's so much heal.
It's pretty ridiculous, yeah. It's not that mana. Well, actually, it's fairly mana effective at 60 mana for 100 heal, but it's mostly this heal amp aura. 15%, man. It's real good.
The flag bearer heal aura combo.
Yeah, it's
6 regen, no tangle with the devourer going.
feels pretty good to be Doom right now, honestly. Yeah, the thing is wild. Lane, both supports now still continuing to idle around. You see Mirana maybe thinking about going fishing for an arrow here. Sitting in the top around as there goes Kishka first. The leap on over. There is arrow still leveled in the rotation from Jotun. Forced to learn out and away as they do stack stuff a little bit onto the tusk, but he doesn't have snowball any longer, and he actually stuns himself off the carapace. So it's going to be a kill in favor of Atomic Esports as they bring the numbers.
Nice rotation from there, just protecting their lash. It's really important to their game that this Lina doesn't get too far ahead of the strike.
Yeah, and they're still continuing to idle here. Of course, the first power runes are spawning in 20 seconds. You can see up top lane, Rubik is looking to try and set something up, maybe get a little bit of harass damage in because he knows that Fiend is likely alone, but can't really just do too much considering he's just a mere Rubik.
Pretty close to the helm on Fiend. Still level 4 though. Will not catch this, each crit timing. It's not too bad.
And mid lane, Atomic gambled on the bottom rune and Drinkwater went top.
Top lane.
Yeah, that'll be KT TP and top for the, or TP's mid actually for the refill, which leaves Fiend completely alone top. They're making a play onto him now. Fiend, some trouble against 3. I don't think he makes it out of here even with the flag bearer aura. He will drop.
Kind of bad for him, I would say. This beast game is really important. He's most of their tempo, and they pick this Doom that's gonna sit top forever. Kinda needs help here. Wait for the lash to come over, get level 6.
Invisibility. The prize is mine.
His rune now for Zalern. He did pick that one up earlier. As KT's starting to ruin this stack. A little bit of back and forth here, leaping into the low ground. There's a Tusk lying in wait there in the river. We'll see how KT can play here with the fog around the Roach Pit. Kishka looking for this kill, and with ice shards and without leap charges, I think that he will get it.
And nicely done. R gets the ward as well, so Green Water just kind of protecting their side of the map. Vision. In half health. Doom has been committed actually. Miracle just trying to get the tower here. He's going kind of deep with the lash here.
Could be a big one. Miracle falling low. And with Pulse Nova, they will find him in that AoE. Kishka not making it out alive either. A double kill. They are really shutting down this beast game, Adam, but at what a cost? Is this a little bit too pricey?
I think the dive was kind of unnecessary, but they do get damage on the tower and force a rotation, so some space for the Lina, I guess. Not the worst in the early game to die like that.
Bottom, by the way, with a full Vanguard. We haven't really checked up on this matchup, and that's because they all do no damage to each other. There's a full Vanguard for Zeal, and Helm of the Iron Wills in for the, of course, Armlet for the Wraith King. So they kind of just are CSing down here.
Yeah, definitely a slightly Magnus favored lane. We see him going a bit higher in CS just because of the skeletons. As the Vanguard now is pretty hard to kill, I would say. Lash is kind of the only one that can kill either the Doom or the Magnus.
Zeal off to a really comfortable start. Has brown boots on the way, and see he's already doing the offlaner thing where he just pulls into the small camp and farms them both at the same time. But it's 3 heroes that find themselves top lane now for Atomic. They do look to maybe try and set something up onto Miracle. They know he's without Doom, but they don't know that he's got a ward there on the stairs, so no chance for Atomic to actually try and find a kill here. He's still not level 6 either.
Very close to the Midas.
Yeah, it's a bit rough for Fiend considering how much he's been alone, but that's how much pressure Drinkwater had been applying up here.
Yeah, he play against the Devourer and Midas coming out to his helm's gonna be in trouble. I like to see them not force things too much with his Beastmaster, but instead just try to farm, get his Overlord too. I think it's a really big deal too when you're playing against Doom.
Platoon is going to be cut off here. Was trying to harass the Lina, toss him into the LSA, and even Laguna him just for good measure. Try to cockroach anyone?
I like to see Atomic focus their attention a bit more on the Lina here, because this Doom and Magnus, they kind of want to stay in their lanes and be tanky boys, you know, put pressure by themselves instead of helping me.
Tanky boys. Yeah, that's very true actually, isn't it? In a way, that's fairly effective against what Fiend wants to be doing, but Fiend now has the full Helm of the Dominator up. He's getting ready to push. As long as if he can catch Miracle somewhere else on the map, he'll probably consider sticking that tomato onto the tower.
Yeah, Miracle. In the jungle. Bit worried to play top, I guess. That would affect. Oh, he is tipping back top. As the Midas gets the creep. Feels bad for Fiend, but Miracle is buying some time on the tower.
That he is. He is. And bottom lane, 3 heroes maybe looking for Marb. Does have the skill point saved. Is not really eager to be showing, especially because there might be a Lina rotating down here too. With the Invis rune active, we can see her crossing the outpost here on the map.
It's so scary.
Still kind of a hard kill. There's an RP, but against 4 it should be fairly easy. PP is actually coming because they missed this skewer. That'll reveal the Lina as she actually tries to kill the courier. She'll fail to do so before it delivers the armlet. Tower top lane goes down, and Marv is just going to TP away.
Yeah, Yona and KT had no TP, so it was really scary actually what I was doing. If Zio hit that skewer, he would have died twice for sure. Water. They do get the trade, tried to defend top tower somewhat, but was not able to.
I think I gotta commend this Wraith King for doing a good job, and I think you looked at Zeal's CS, he's almost at 100 CS, he's 91 and 6 right now on the Magnus, but a lot of these are the Skellies, which don't actually give that much gold, so you can see his net worth just a bit lower than Marb. It's not by much. Zeal, I would say, is still off to a pretty good start. The Fiend as well, managing to find some gold, and with some rotation gets the tower, so he can actually start playing his game now. It kind of seems like everyone more or less got what they wanted out of lanes.
Yeah, Vendetta, Jotu. RR
Arrow is going to connect from the low ground. They have Carapace as well, but that's a level 3 Starstorm, so fairly easy kill. Jotun, I don't think there's a way out of this for him. Especially, I don't even commit the Moonlight Shadow. They say, nope, sorry, bud. Dead.
Just some supports trading lives. Base for team. Definitely favoring Atomic a bit more here. They kind of want nothing to do with fights right now. I guess it's the same for Drinkwater. Zio has the dagger queued up pretty far away. Doom buying a BKB, I believe, has the Ogre Axe. Not the usual build we see from Miracle here. Choosing to go for a more quote-unquote selfish item. Usually we see him with the Mac Greaves pipe kinda.
Yeah, very true. It's kind of hard though, right? I mean, I could see a pipe perhaps making a little bit of a difference early on, but they do have really good mix damage, so I think if you go just into one kind of item build, it might not be that easy. Moonlight Shadow, but they are underneath the Sentry Ward here, and pretty quickly will realize they were probably under full Observer as well. But mid lane, they are applying pressure and have a kill onto Alina. They connect there very effectively. Roar as well, which is not stolen. The Wild Axe is a casting time there.
Oh, that's a big RP.
4 heroes though, all 5 even. But can they get anything out of it? They've doomed the Lesh, but he will fall there to the Axe of the Rubik, who's starting to stack these things up now. Fiend is going to die to the tier 1 tower. Marv's going to lose his first life. So it's the hard carry with both supports now for both sides. Wraith King has nothing more to offer in this fight. He is going to get out. So it's a 3 for 2 here in favor of Drinkwater. Plus, they get a level 1 reincarnation out from Mark.
Yeah, a bit of a deep dive there. Zul getting the RP off in the very last second. I was surprised Mark chose to run to the left and run away there. I felt like because Jotun and KT were still alive, Mirana and Nix, they could have probably got another kill or 2.
Yeah, I thought so too, right? Yeah. I mean, it is a carry Doom, but once he actually uses Doom and doesn't have Scorched Earth any longer, he probably feels a bit weaker to fight into.
Indeed. Oh, the arrow.
Effort stolen, of course.
think Drinkwater choosing to go for a more slow-paced game, I would say. Trials on the Lina. Going BKB next, Miracle almost do the BKB as well.
That mechanism from Mirana already. Is that what I'm seeing here? It is. It's a full mech finished.
Right. Has the stick, no arcane boots.
Dire are scanning.
This Mirana things, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kishka's pretty farmed as well.
It's
Pretty
true,
close to
actually.
dagger.
Yeah, just needs another 700 or so, 800, and I'll get that online. Deso, I think, this is a Deso. Yeah, it will be with that second Mithril Hammer. For Marb is not that far away either. It just needs about another 1200. As you can see, Miracle just doubling his net worth here. That's BKB finished for him. As that's an aggressive play from Jotun trying to get to the enemy triangle. Stolen Impale, though. That's not one you want to give away. Avoid it.
Yeah, that wasn't a great decision. Could have just died there. Full big impale, always scary. Split Earth as well. Some pretty good spells to steal this game. Top lane.
Top lane. Oh, they commit the RP and the Laguna. Moonlight Shadow. Is there detection here? I don't think so, Adam. No detection. We all know that cores, they are incapable of buying dust.
Drinkwater's on the way though, Marb.
Have they caught him? They have caught him with the dust, but I think they're going to settle for Marb. He doesn't have reincarnation for a full minute. He's just dead. Okay.
Burns, doesn't it?
And now, KT leaping away. Miracle giving chase. Has BKB, has Doom, had Hurricane, but isn't going to want to push it too much. And instead, we'll go bottom, where he may Doom Chain. He will. He's going to eat his creeps too here in a second. I guarantee it. Here it comes.
He has Tornado.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, deny? Let's go.
Oh! Nicely done.
That was in top lane.
Top lane or mid lane? That was. What the heck? What is Yona doing over here?
I think he was in the trees trying to edict the tower.
Yeah, that'll do it.
The Drinkwater was on left side. Jotun, probably here.
Yeah, Jotun, I think he's gonna end up going down twice. No chance to get off the Impale. Nice chain stuns there from Drinkwater. And that'll probably get them this mid-tier 1 tower now, especially with the DD rune active now in Zolern.
Big chain of events for Drinkwater Atomic. They were kind of in a good place, got a bit itchy, I would say, top lane. Things just kind of snowballing right now. Tier 1 tower in trouble. No RP. Marb has the reincarnation, but not the biggest fighting power.
Reincarnation is ready, like you say, and at least it's level 2 this time around. Can Atomic Esports fight around this, though? Miracle with a nice Hurricane into the river here to evade a potential roar. Seems like Drinkwater will snipe the reincarnation and leak it away.
Miracle's the best tornado user right now.
Honestly, he's pretty good at it. It's impressive.
Well practiced. What's the skill called? Hurricane.
Hurricane
Enjoyer.
It's real good because it's vector targeted. You don't need to like face a certain direction or anything. It's really good. It's better than, well, obviously it's not as good as a 4-staff because the cast range is real bad, but it's in a way better than 4-staff.
Yona has a Glimmer cape queued up. If that's the... Oh, changes it to dagger. Okay, like this a little bit more. Has to go in with his team. They are hitting a timing soon with this Helm of the Overlord to end the death, so Roche is gonna be...
Radiant are scanning.
Bloodstone as well is finished up for the Lash. Blink Daggers and allow him to get a little bit properly positioned, maybe not get doomed immediately at the start of these fights.
Yep, they do spot out the Nyx. Oh, Zeal. Bit impatient there. Oh, this Miracle have flying out. Has the Blink Dagger shard queued up.
Illusion.
Gun was coming up soon here now with Deso finished up. It's flying on its way towards Marb. I think you're saying this time it is on its way even. KT with a mechanism team fight. Not looking that bad from Atomic here, to be honest. That's BOTs. Is that BKB now finished for Lina? It is. So another big item, and you can see Drinkwater prepared to smoke on this alongside the Tusk Blink Dagger, the Doom Blink Dagger. That's triple blink now, the triple threat here. I don't know, this team fight's looking real scary, especially with the smoke. Drinkwater, they could go for a killer move here.
Jotun, can he break the smoke? Oh, just misses the Oh, Zeal is baiting. Do you have enough damage? I feel like the answer is no.
The Hurricane, they're trying to save him. The Doom's been applied now to Fiend, actually. They want to take him down. Mechanism's not going to keep him alive here at the telekinesis. And I think they're going to kill this Dusted Nyx Assassin fairly easily. with the sentry especially. Only 2 dead for a BKB charge. RP was saved, but everything else was used. I don't know. That doesn't feel that bad for Atomic Esports, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, not the worst. Could have definitely been worse. Lash and Rifting not really there to participate. They need to be a bit more careful. They don't have the damage to bring down the Magnus without the Lash right now.
Yeah, very true.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Using Zeal as bait.
In a way, it's almost kind of a mistake from Atomic that ends up probably forcing or, you know, kind of tricking, it feels like, Drinkwater into overcommitting there. They probably thought a Lesh or Wraithking was nearby, because I agree, it didn't really seem like a viable way to kill Magnus between those 3 heroes that were top.
Yeah, they still need to wait for this helm.
Bloodstone in 3 seconds here, nearly out of mana. Let's see what he can get going. That is a nice
has a big stun here.
The Learn is going to look to set up another one, but Jatoon actually stuns up 2 in the backlines. Arrow's going to catch the Rubik here as Miracle looking to counter-initiate. Marv has reincarnated here the once, but everyone's still alive now. There's going to be the RP, catches 3, skewered further away a second time now. Fiend with the roar commits it onto Zeal, really wants this kill, and he's not going to find it. Oh no, the man who got caught at the start of this is going to be the last one to die in the engagement, as well as Yona is taken down. KT hunting, searching, very thirsty for this kill onto Zeal, and they're just not going to get it.
Yeah, I feel like Zeal this whole game has been just surviving, getting off these clutch RPs, fights.
Hey Adam, you know what Atomic are right now?
What are they?
They are over zealous.
Oh my. Okay, excellent learning.
They need to drink water. There it is.
Indeed. The morning is the morning. You have, don't worry. Drink water. We'll get the Roshan here. 84 actually. I think they're kind of big time with 2k gold now.
Money to burn.
Game's kinda looks like it's getting a bit out of control for Atomic, not really able to take fights here.
It's true. Yeah, especially with how mobile everyone is on the side of Drinkwater. It just feels like they're always getting these rights and get the right engagements. Zeal as well with some pretty fantastic skewers, honestly, all game. It's making this hero's team a lot stronger than I think he is. I don't think this hero is bad, but making it look real good. X-Learn trying to get out. Nice telekinesis in time. They had sentries here from the earlier engagement as he does stun himself here at him, but it's not enough. He will not die. Luckily, he didn't Laguna the bug.
That is true. Fine. His behavior was on cooldown for 2 seconds. He Jotun got the stun off, but probably wanted to save it for his second life. Try by Atomic. A bit, I would say a bit out of position there, but his teammates were in time to save him. Vendetta stolen on the Rubik, by the way.
I always think stealing Vendetta on Rubik's a bit of a meme, but who knows? Maybe it'll be good.
It's a nice scouting tool, I think.
That's true.
Helps you position. It's like having a Shadow Blade, you know? Don't hate it.
I would hate my Rubik if he built Shadow Blade.
It's kind of common though in a lot of games, I think. When it goes to late game. I mean, pubs at least.
Yeah, when it goes to like 60 minutes, right?
Yeah, you just kind of wanna. It's a good positioning item.
For sure. Yeah, that's true. It's hard to hate on any singular item in Dota 2. As there's a Walrus Punch, he's just dead, and immediately he stole a different spell. The Doom once again onto Fiend. So Miracle very eager to continue countering this Beastmaster at any stage of the game. The RP, they've caught a 2-for-1 special. I don't know if he was expecting Yana in the trees. The Yana now dragged away. The Ice Shard's a bit late now, and actually Miracle being chased down for the counter-initiation now. Kishka's got another Walrus Punch. Zeal dragged into the snowball. They should have this kill as the second skewer back shall condemn him.
The empowered Tuskar buys the Orb of Corrosion too after the Blink Dagger, and it's feeling strong. Love to see the Deso as well.
This is starting to get a little out of hand, I think, really. Atomic Esports falling all over the map.
Yeah, we see a Travels on Miracle as well as Excellent, and then he has a Shadow Blade, so perhaps getting a bit tighter for Atomic, I would say. Marp has the Blink Dagger now, but Atomic, they feel like it just feels very hard for them to fight.
Yeah, it does. And it's already to the stage of the game where I don't really know how they get back into it. It's a 14k net worth lead, 24 minutes in. Wraith King, he just doesn't really strike me as this come from behind hero, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I feel like they kind of got baited into picking this hero by the Doom, but in truth is, even without the Doom, the Wraith King can't really fight into their hero.
Does this Lina ever really fall off? Is there ever a stage where like this Doom and this Magnus aren't really as useful as they are, and you know Atomic Esports can kind of try and turn this into a 2 offlaners and 1 carry versus maybe 2 carries kind of situation, or what?
I feel like they don't fall off per se. It's just the way they play the map, right? Like Zeal, he has these griefs itemizing for his team, has a Aether Lens queued up too, so there's just the way they are. I wouldn't say they lose in scaling, I wouldn't say so. I think the way the Magnus scales is just kind of different. He gives you pace in the game.
Wow. The aggressive blink up to the high ground. They have just absolutely murdered that man. Fiend is having no game here. 1-9-3, and it's not really because he's too out of position, it's just Drinkwater finding the mark.
Feeling very strong right now. Chica leading the charge. It's interesting enough the Beast chooses not to go for the Helm of Lord 2 because Doom can eat it, so has the dagger queued up, but
RP?
very far away.
Not used, sorry.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was a close one. Go and trying to go hunting, but he's just constantly being scouted and picked up by these sentries and obs. It's not really too easy for him to try and get in here. Once again, even you can see another ward placed down there. It's just a bit too dangerous for him. Well, at least get a D-ward.
He has the dagger if he wants to buy it. Just waiting for wards here.
So it's 4 blink daggers now. And honestly, it wouldn't be the craziest thing if Lina also decided to pick one up, but for now it's just Silver Edge for her mobility.
Are scanning.
Has the pike queued up. Aegis does, and wonder if Atomic will try to make a play here. They're kind of close to BKBs on the Wraith King at least.
Gonna find the Tusk, won't stop the ward from going down though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Well, just kind of shoving in top lane. Lina just force the Lina TP, but Drinkwater, they're all kind of collapsing towards the top side right now. Miracle looks like he smells Marb.
Yeah, his spidey senses are tingling. The skeleton's really trying to scout Marb real bad, the one that's trapped inside of these trees, but won't quite find him here. They're hunting everywhere, man. They Drinkwater, they're just a step ahead. Zeal behind the tier 1 tower, right? Looking, daring anyone to try and push. Down bottom is Miracle. He's got an arcane rune. No, this is going to be an arcane Doom as well. In he goes, immediately applying the Doom. BKB's even. The Hurricane back. Allow them to easily connect there onto the snowball. Miracle even somehow manages to get the kill versus the Walrus Punch. Well done. And that's an Arcane Rune and an Octarine Core Doom, so he's got it back up nearly again.
They're staying up top lane on Zeal.
They have found Zeal. Once again, they have to kill this man. It's their sworn duty, but in goes Miracle. Down goes Jotun as well. Actually, at least find themselves a Rubik. The RP onto the back, finds 2. They have gotten to the first reincarnation. Beautiful LSA stun onto 2. It's just chain stun after chain stun here, and not making it out alive either is the Wraith King. All 5 dead here at him.
Radiant's top
I think this
tower
one
is under
might
attack.
just about be over.
Yeah, kinda rough. Drinkwater is strong enough to just hold his position as Dream Ripple with the Arcane Rune TP 25 seconds cooldown. Just make it back to the fight in time towards the end, but not even close to bringing down Zeal or Accident. They do get the Rubik, but whatever, it's whatever.
Drinkwater breaking down buildings now on the high ground. They will get that extra Fortify out. And it's going to buy at least Atomic another fight, but guess what? Doom's ready again. BKB's ready again, because he casted BKB and Doom with Aether Rune, or sorry, with the, what's it called?
Arcane Rune.
Yeah, and an Octarine Core, so he's just got almost no cooldowns, pretty much.
BKB on Kishka as well. So farmed, passing the Beastmaster in net worth. Does have the dagger now on Fiend. We kind of saw him just get RP'd last fight that ward doing so much. Still had vision on the 2 heroes in the back with the Aether Lens. Not too far away. Miracle. What's he have flying out? Travels 2. Okay, just wants to control the map.
Oh, not even this Nyx assassin can leave the base, man. It's so bad.
Tough time. She fell with this early jab. Not sure if she bought it or RR bought it, but done a good job of just.
Oh, they just doomed and killed the slash as well. Okay.
Oh man, the travels too. It's hard. It's really hard to split push.
Yeah, I think this one's not got much longer, to be honest. I think pretty much on their last legs. Yeah, the travels, they have that reduced channel time as well when you upgrade them, so.
Double damage, Lina, pounding on your buildings.
Down they go.
Damage to them, power as well.
That's true, right? And she will lose at least for now the Fiery Soul buff. There it is, perfectly timing that LSA Dragon Slave. Oh, Mark, he's in. He's gonna get his axes stolen as they continue to stun up Kishka. But already the fight, yeah, it's falling apart. Reincarnation, proc, Excellern, triple kill, give him the ultra. Will he reach for it? So no, well, the armlet toggles are good, but not good enough, unfortunately. The crit eventually was enough to do, and there's going to be the GG. Well played. Called. Game number 1 goes into the hands here of Drink1.
Yeah, the early game they did a really good job just shutting down this beast monster. You couldn't come into the game at all. It felt like. Well, the Doom. He was just so